So let's go ahead and get started. And anybody else who jumps on, we will let in. Good afternoon. My name is Sheila Gold. I am the Assistant Dean of Admissions and Recruitment for Tulane School of Professional Advancement. And I will be taking us through this webinar today. We really appreciate you all being here. Just to let you know, to manage expectations, these webinars take about 20 minutes. We try to be respectful of everybody's time and get you kind of going. And then at the end of the webinar, we will send a follow-up email with a recording of this webinar. So if there's anything you want to like replay, you can go ahead and do that. You don't have to take notes or anything. We'll go ahead and send it to you. So we appreciate you jumping in during what I'm assuming is everybody's lunchtime. So hopefully we could get through this and you'll be able to grab a bite in the middle of your day. So a little bit about the School of Professional Advancement. Tulane University is made up of 10 small schools, one of which is the School of Professional Advancement. We're actually the third oldest school at the university. The university started as a medical school. Shortly thereafter, our law school was opened, and right after that, the very first iteration of the School of Professional Advancement was open about 130 years ago. Our mission, our name has changed somewhat over the years, but our mission has always been to offer a Tulane education to non-traditional and working students. So a non-traditional student is anybody other than that like 18-year-old that just graduated from high school and is starting undergrad. So if you're a working adult, if you already have a degree, if you're changing your careers, if you're coming back for another degree, if you want a certificate or some additional education, then this is the school for you. All right, so we are located on Tulane's Uptown campus, the main campus. That is our building. It's called the Richardson Building. If you're ever on campus, come and say hi. We occupy the entire second floor. And just a little bit about our space. The mural that says "Where You Belong" was actually designed and painted by two of our undergraduate digital design students. They came up with that logo and we loved it so much that we commissioned them to paint it on the wall, because that's sort of our feeling about our students. You belong here. We're happy to have you here. And if you're on campus, drop by and say hi. All right. So people often ask, the School of Professional Advancement, like, is that a Tulane school? Am I going to get a Tulane degree? 100%. This is what your degree is going to look like when you graduate. It's going to say Tulane University, School of Professional Advancement, your name, and then the degree that you received. So we like to say Tulane programs being taught by Tulane faculty, and you receive a Tulane degree. I also like to put a visual of this because even though today you're at the very beginning of your journey towards getting a credential from Tulane, this is the goal. We want to help you be successful and hang this degree on your wall. So now you can picture it and visualize it, and you're one step closer to getting it. All right, so in this webinar, we're going to talk a little bit about our programs and our faculty. We're going to talk about how we support students to be successful towards getting that degree that we saw on the slide before this. We're going to talk a little bit about the learning experience for students and why we think ours are a little bit different and maybe interesting from other programs that you've explored. And then we're going to talk a little bit about our application process. So a little bit about our faculty. All of the faculty at the School of Professional Advancement are what we call professors of practice. And what this means is that they are all professionals in the field that they teach. So you're going to be learning from people who are actually doing the work that you eventually want to do once you graduate. So, for example, Patricia Betancourt is a lawyer and she teaches in our paralegal studies program. So, when you learn from her, you learn from the person who you may potentially be working for, or somebody very much like the person who might hire you. Bo Boudreau teaches in our liberal arts program. He teaches English and writing, and he is a published author and poet. So, once again, he does the work that he's teaching about. Tyra Mitchell has her doctorate in physical therapy, and she teaches in our kinesiology program. Ralph Russo is the director of our cyber and IT programs. Ralph is a former NYPD officer, and he helped NYPD put up their cybersecurity unit after 9/11. So you all are learning, and this is just four people of many dozens and hundreds of faculty members that are available to our students, and they're all like this. They all are actual professionals in the field that you want to be working in. So for one last example, Amanda Fennell teaches in our cyber and IT program, and she has a great quote, and I know you all can read, but I'm going to read it to you. As a cybersecurity leader, I feel it's vital to prepare our professionals, which is you all, the students, through practical experience, which is why I incorporate my day job into my classes at night. And that perfectly sums up what our faculty do. They take their experience from their workplace and they bring it to you in the classroom. So we have three different ways that you can take undergraduate courses at the School of Professional Advancement. Anything in Black print are actual bachelor's degrees that you can receive. Anything in blueprint are professional certificates, which are generally about 4 classes in a very specific knowledge area. And then anything in the light green are what we call post-baccalaureate certificates. A post-baccalaureate certificate is a little different in that you must have a bachelor's degree already in order to qualify for the post-baccalaureate, but this coursework is still considered undergraduate level work. So we offer bachelor's degrees in business, in general legal studies, in kinesiology, media and design, humanities, IT, and emergency and security. Okay, so a little bit about the learning experience at SoPA. So most of our courses can be taken online. At the undergraduate level, you can take your classes both online and on ground. But if you're interested in doing most of your coursework online, you can do that. Our online experience, we try to make very engaging and interactive. I don't know how much exposure you all have to online courses, but many online courses are a little bit dull and bland, where you just sort of read something or flip through a PowerPoint and then answer some questions on like a blog or a discussion board. We really try to make our classes much more interactive. You will have small group work. You will have classes where you may need to zoom in this format. So even though you'll be zooming in maybe from work or home, you will have some interaction with your professor and other classmates. And we also have a lot of work where you will interact with the learning material in a very unique and creative way. So, for instance, some of our coursework is actually done virtually and in the metaverse. So, we have several professors who have designed courses so that you will actually create an avatar of yourself and go into a project that they have online, and you will go through a series of questions and obstacles and answer those questions and challenges along the way. And at the end, you will submit. Oh, I'm so sorry. We just had an electrical outage here, but we're back. But you will submit your answers as your coursework for that week. So that's engaging, it's interactive, it's fun, it's a different way to engage in the material. Next slide, please. If also, some of our coursework is in a blog. So you might, or I'm sorry, is in a podcast. So you could listen to maybe 15 minutes of a lecture in the morning, 15 minutes of a lecture in the afternoon, 15 minutes as you're driving back from work. And it's just a very different way to engage, as opposed to, like I said, I just had some colleagues be like, "Are you okay?" Because we just blinked out our electricity. So you'll find that it's very fun, engaging, interactive work, and students tend to feel like they're having fun with the material. Okay. So showed you a couple slides earlier. We are interested in having you all graduate. So we are going to wrap you with a lot of support. You're going to have an academic advisor. This person can help you choose your classes, help you know if any coursework transfers from another institution. If you're having an issue class and you need some support from like our learning lab, they can help you get that. If you need to take a leave for some reason, they can help you with that. You're also going to have a faculty advisor, and your faculty advisor is a little bit more of a professional mentor. So, once again, remember all of our faculty work in the field that you all are interested in working in. So, you can talk to them and be like, I'm taking this really cool class this semester. And how do I translate that into a job? Like, what are the jobs where I can do a lot of this really cool thing that I'm learning about? And they can help you sort of decide what other classes to take so that you can learn more about that, jobs to apply for afterwards. And then when it comes time to applying for jobs, we have our own dedicated career advisor. We have a career advisor that we do not share with the rest of the school. She is only here for the School of Professional Advancement students. And so she can help you apply for jobs. She can help you put your LinkedIn page together. She can help you put your resume together, maybe update your resume. And if you have a job interview that you want to practice before the actual interview, you can set up like a 30-minute meeting with her and she'll do a mock interview with you and ask you some questions and prepare you so that when it's time for the actual interview, you're going to be cool as a cucumber and get that job. So, we are definitely prepared and excited about helping you all be successful. Next slide, please. Okay, so a little bit about the way we try to help kind of get to their goal of getting their degree. If you have credits from another institution that you would like to transfer to your Tulane degree, we try to work with you. So not only will we give you a $1,500 transfer scholarship just for transferring the credits, because we want to encourage you to transfer credits. We also can take up to 60 credits from another institution towards your bachelor's degree. That's half of a bachelor's degree. Bachelor's degrees are 120 credits. So you can cut the price of your tuition almost in half towards a bachelor's degree by transferring credits. So please, feel free to transfer those credits to scripts from previous institutions. We might need some syllabi, but we can work with you to help translate it and speed your time towards getting your bachelor's degree. All right. We also do one other. We have a program called Credit for Prior Learning. So, this is an interesting program. Oftentimes, our students will come to us looking for a bachelor's degree in an area where they've actually been working as a professional for many, many years. So, for instance, we may have students who are looking for our legal studies degree, but they've actually been working in a law firm for maybe 6, 7, 8, 10 years. So they might already come to the general legal studies program with quite a bit of knowledge. If there is ever a class that you are asked to take for your bachelor's degree and you're like, I could teach that class, I know this so well, go to your faculty advisor and say, I would like to get credit for prior learning for this class. If you can work with your advisor and the faculty member for our credit for prior learning program to demonstrate that you already have the knowledge, which is stated on the syllabus for that class, if you can show that you already can hit the objectives for that class, they can give you credit for that class and you won't have to take it. So this often works for people who also have had military training. Sometimes for some folks who are like first responders and they're in our emergency and security program, there might be some courses you don't need to take. There's different iterations of how this could apply towards a degree. So if that sounds like it's you, definitely take advantage of this because you can save yourself time and money towards graduation. All right, next slide, please. Oh, let's see if, All right, Anne, can we go to the next slide, please? Oh, maybe we're having a technical issue with our slides because of the power outage. All right, well, I'm going to keep us going even if we don't have a slide about it. Some things that you all need to know. Our application is an online application. Our application lives on our website, sopa.tulane.edu. There's a big button at the top. Oh, I think we're rebooting the slides. sopa.tulane.edu, big button at the top that says apply. Click that button. It will open up our application portal. Everybody here is interested in the undergraduate application. So pick undergraduate. It will ask you if you want undergraduate or graduate. Pick undergraduate. Our undergraduate application requires just a few things. We're going to need transcripts from any school that you've attended. So even if you went to a school 20 years ago and you were like, oh, my grades weren't great, it, we still need that transcript. Just upload it to the application. You can have your transcripts either mailed to us. You can upload an unofficial transcript. We will eventually need the official transcript, or you can ask your school to send it to us electronically. That's our preferred method. We usually get it within 24 to 48 hours, and they don't really get lost that way. So just email the registrar's office of the schools where you attended, and they can send those to us. We will need a copy of a current government ID. For most people, you can just take your phone, take a picture of your driver's license, and upload that. We need that for every application, especially if you're applying for some sort of financial aid. And then we also will require an application fee. However, as a thank you to you all for attending this webinar, we will waive that fee. Here's something to know. If you have already applied to us and paid your application fee, please email me at the end of this webinar, and I can refund that fee for you. It's very easy to do. Do not be shy about it. You deserve your $40 back for attending this webinar, and I'm happy to do it. My email address is sgold, SGOLD, at tulane.edu, and just email me and say, I attended the webinar, I paid my application fee, and I will refund it to you. You also will be getting, like I said, at the end of this webinar, you will be getting an email with my contact information. The email will be coming directly from me. So you can reply back to it if you have any questions or if you have other things that you need from me. All right, let's see if we should only need, Anne, if you can get the slides back up, just jump to the application deadlines. That's the only thing that we have left to cover. And everybody, we do appreciate, okay. A little bit about, thank you for jumping to this page. A little bit about our affordability. Our classes, for the most part, are 3-credit classes. Each course is $2,022 per course for the fall. This is the term that we are taking applications for now. There are a few courses that are 4-hour courses, and they're a little bit more expensive, but most of our courses are 3 credits. We do offer multiple 20% tuition discounts. So hopefully you fall into one of these categories, and then you can get 20% off your tuition. If you are active duty military or a veteran, if you are an alumni of Tulane, if you previously have earned a degree here, if you are a current public safety personnel or retired, policeman, fireman, EMT, first responder, if you are a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, if you are a K through 12 teacher, or if you work for New Orleans, the city of New Orleans, or the parish of Orleans, we can offer you a 20% tuition discount. So hopefully all of you fall under that category, and we can help you save a little bit of money. All right, let's skip to you can skip over this one because we talked about that. All right, application deadline. So our application deadline for summer has passed. Our next application that we're taking applications for, our deadline is August 1st. However, I would tell you, go ahead and get your application in now. We are a rolling admissions kind of office. So as soon as you complete your application, we will get you a admissions decision. We do have early enrollment deadlines. However, tomorrow is our application deadline for early enrollment. So if you have not started your application, it will be hard to complete it by tomorrow. The next term is our spring term, which is a January 1 deadline. However, if you get your application in and register classes by December 1st, there is plenty of time for that. You will get our early enrollment scholarship. And if you're really planning ahead for next summer, then you can go ahead and get your application in. And if you register for classes by April 25th, then you will get the $200 early registration scholarship. We just deduct that from your first semester tuition. Okay, so we had a little glitch in the middle, but I think I hit all the important information. Once again, this is my contact information, sgold@tulane.edu. There is a phone number. Don't really call me. I'm at my desk right now, but I don't answer my phone as often as I should because I'm usually in meetings, but I'm always in front of my email. So if you'll email me at sgold@tulane.edu, I will get back to you pretty quickly. And once again, if you've already paid your $40 application fee, please go ahead and email me and I can refund that back to you. So I want to thank you all for being with us through this crazy stormy weather that we're having here. And I certainly hope that I will see an application from each one of you and be welcoming you as a student to Tulane SoPA very soon. Everybody have a great rest of your day and stay safe out there. Thanks, everyone.